Here's the deal. I can literally show you the gains that you can make a stupid amount of money on Bitcoin. Here, and you have a $150,000 gain in 1 month.
Get off my crypto account, would you?
But last year only made 187,000.
See it?
Of the 187,000 I made in an entire year, 150,000 of it came in 1 month.
Welcome to Chasing Millions podcast. I'm Eric.
And I am Josh.
And today we're going to go a little bit left field on you, and we're going to go with cryptocurrency because I'm living it. I don't know, you're living it on a high scale. It makes me nervous thinking about it, but hey, you know what?
Go big or go home.
But here's the reality is it's a real business, and there are real traders that are day-to-day doing it, and I'm not saying I'm a real trader doing it day-to-day, but I'm looking at it day-to-day.
I'm looking at it by the hour right now.
Exactly.
Well, you know, it just goes back to, like, you can make money on your cell phone right here, right? Little $1,100 cell phone or whatever this thing costs, and I can make money sitting on my couch, and that's basically what I'm about to show you.
With no what?
With no people, no employees, no equipment.
You read it. You read it just right. That's
and you have to
exactly
start
right.
off with a minimal dollars. I'm going to show you on my cell phone how much I'm making with crypto, and I am a self-taught redneck idiot.
I agree with his statement.
That at the very beginning I thought crypto was fake, and it was not real, and it was really risky, which it is really risky. But on the flip side, if anything's risk, right? Having a semi going down the road at 100 miles an hour with it.
You know, and if there's one thing I know about entrepreneurs, and most of them are, they're pretty good at just taking risk, right?
I will tell you something funny. Eric and I laughed because I've been in crypto for how long? A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say a good probably 2.5 years, 3 years.
Yeah, about 3 years, 4 years, 4 years. And I've made some profits and I've lost some money, but I've never lost money. I've never regained. But I think it's hilarious. We take these. How many of you watching these videos, watching this video right now, has taken advice from some guy that looks like he's sitting in his basement with not worth $1, but you'll go put money into some Pepe or
He's like, altcoin's gonna take off. I
Here's the
guarantee
graph,
it.
and it looks like I don't even know what it looks like. But
Yeah.
you know, real life proof. I don't show a lot of people this, but like I want to show you some real life proof and like minute by minute. Because if anybody, we use Coinbase, but anybody that uses Coinbase or Robinhood or whatever platform uphold you want to trade your crypto on. Guys, you can make some serious money in crypto.
Well, we were sitting here talking about this the other day. Is that you look at some of these, I'd say minimal yields. APY as they call it, annual per yield or whatever. Whatever. I don't even know what it fucking means, but
I don't either.
Long and short of it is you're making 6% over the year or whatever in your S&P 500 or whatever. And we look at these and it is realistic to make a 10% in a day.
Well,
right?
I lost 6,000 in the last hour.
Well, see, don't tell them about that.
You got to have the guts. I mean, I lost $6,089.91.
Yeah, see, I took mine out. I
in
saw the down. I saw the down.
I made $149,961 in 30 days. Right? So you can make real money. I've seen this thing go up sitting in my bed, going up to where I made $50,000 a day, and I've seen it where I've lost $15,000.
Well, don't get caught in the loop. Sometimes I get caught in the loop, and I'm a busy guy. Josh is a busy guy, and we have a business. We have a couple of them. But at the end of the day, right, is that sometimes I get caught in that loop. Once you start investing in there, right, you're always on your phone going, every 10 minutes you're like, dude, check out Coinbase. Did I make any money?
You got that Shiba Inu, you got that Bitcoin, XRP, Stellar Lumens, XLM, LCX.
I got all of it, man.
And every other freaking idiot altcoin and meme coin that some guy in a basement told me to buy that I believed.
Yep. So let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk a little bit about the actual coins, okay? Because everybody's always interested in what are you investing in, right? And I'm not saying I'm some master crypto trader because I'm not. I don't do it to the scale that he does it, right? But here's what I'll tell you that I'm doing. I'm a big XRP believer. Are you?
Yeah? I mean, I'm in less than 1 percentile club of owners.
Ooh.
I didn't know if you knew that.
I did not know that.
I looked at a number the other day, but I have... How many XRP?
How many you got?
I don't know. Let me look this damn thing. I got to figure it out. on this one platform, I have another platform. I forgot my username and login. So I have like not a lot, but I have a few. I think I got $30,000 or $40,000 account, and I don't even know how to log into it. So I got to figure that out. But I have
Look at that. Look at that.
I have 102,000 XRP.
102,000 of them.
Yeah, it's made me $143,000 this year.
I mean, that's not chump change. I don't know who's making that much money, but he made it on XRP.
Yeah,
how much? In how long?
Well, in 1 month, I made.
He made 147,000 on XRP. And when did you invest in XRP?
Well, I sold a Bitcoin out. I had a whole entire Bitcoin. That was I had 8 Bitcoin at one point.
Oh, you idiot.
And I bought in at like 10, and I bought in again at 16.
Yeah.
And I started dorking out about it because I hit it perfect timing and started making a lot of money. And I took some profits. Don't be afraid to take profits.
Yeah.
You know, I took some profits and reinvested in all these freaking meme coins and altcoins, and that shit just crashed.
Man, the meme
That's
coin.
when you pulled out.
Oh, dude. I was the stupid one. I went over from, I got on the NFT thing, and I don't even know if that is a thing anymore. But
It is a thing.
Okay, well, I got on the NFTs, and I did not do so well. I'm just going to be honest.
Those all seem like a scam, but they had
there's probably something to it. I'm not, again,
Here's the deal.
an expert.
I heard some advice the other day, and I'm going to consolidate my portfolio because I have like 10, 12 different types of coins now. They have different functionality, and I believe in every one of them. Some of them are just made up bullshit, but...
Did you believe in them?
Well, I think that they have their purpose, you know, like, you know, you hear that Hawk Tua girl that just made
I heard
like...
about that deal.
That was a scam.
That was a real scam, yeah.
But, you know, she made a lot of money, and people didn't have to put their money in it at the end of the day.
No, but
she's not forcing people to put their money in.
I get that, but I mean, to launch a coin and then to fucking...
Take all the profits?
Take all the profits that's a scam.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to consolidate my portfolio, and I'm probably going to make a little bit less of a return, but I'm going to still make, in my opinion, I still think XRP, you know, what this did is it taught me how to calculate a cap rate and the potential, and it taught me how to understand a lot of this crap. So I think XRP is going to be, I don't think it's going to be a $10,000 coin type deal, but I do think it's going to be $8 to $10 pretty easily. And if you disagree with me, comment below, because I'm sure somebody on here...
Somebody disagrees. There's a guarantee.
No, you hear all these crazy things of 10,000 and 5,000. At one point, it could, but probably not.
You're not going to be alive.
But are you going to have the balls to hold it?
Yeah. And that kind of goes back to what I was wanting to touch on a little bit is, you know, there's a lot of different methods to this crypto. You know, there's some people that are looking up the details, and they're playing that long game on the Bitcoin going to $1 million or whatever, and they're leaving it in there, and they're not looking at it, or maybe they are looking at it like me, but maybe they're not. And or you can kind of do what I'm kind of leaning towards now, and that's looking at the day-to-day and watching the trends and understanding the trends and what means what, and then trying to get in and then get out, get your minimum amount of return. And then, you set a minimum buy point to where, hey, you know, if it goes from $5 to $7 predicted, and you're good with when it gets to $6, and anything that goes above that, you're okay with losing as long as you sales when it comes back down to $6. That's kind of the game that I've been researching. And by all means, I'm not an expert, but once I get into something and I put my mind to it, right, then I'm gonna be fairly good at it. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm playing more of the daily
different
game.
goals and objectives too. Like,
yeah.
I took out all my initial owner contribution to this thing. Like my initial capital I put in, I doubled it, took all the initial capital back out. I'm playing with house money. So now for me, everybody's like, I can't believe you're leaving all that in there. It's not a lot, but it's a decent amount of money. I can buy a nice house with it. And my point is...
The scale is just relatively funny, isn't it?
Point is I have a different goal. I'm having fun doing it. It's forcing me to learn it. It's real money, and it's enough money when it loses. When I lose it, it sucks, you know. But you have to have the stomach to lose like 15 grand an hour, 40 grand an hour. The other day I walked up and I lost 80 grand in like 5 hours. They just started tanking, and everybody was texting me, I bet you're not having fun. They had like little moon rocket ships going down like a firecracker.
Yeah, man. But then whenever you see them go down, like say all the stuff I do, that's when you buy. And a lot of people get, I can't remember, there's a guy that I watch, House of Crypto, I can't think of his name, but I like to watch him for one reason or another. But long and short of it is like I was doing it the wrong for a long time. Like you see them going up and you're like, hey, I want to get in there while they're going up, right? You see them on the green, you're like, oh, I better get in there, right? And the strategy probably works to some people, but for me, it makes more sense. Like he was telling, and you see him drop down, right? And then as you're coming back up, then you get in there.
Well, you do the opposite of what makes you comfortable.
That's it.
If
Pretty
it's
much the
down
same thing.
to the dough and it's
Goes
just
down.
tanking, you buy. And if it's going up and you're like, I'm making a lot of money, you sell.
Yeah.
Right? And there's a happy medium in there. When it's painful, you buy, and when it's making a lot of money and you think it's going to continue to go up, you sell. Right? Or you do what I do, and there's a vicious cycle, and you just kind of ride all the waves. And for what my vision is, and what I do is, when it goes up, I sell some of the profits and I put it into higher risk stuff because I'm playing with house money and I don't mind losing it. But the house money, when you play into some of these meme coins and altcoins, they have a crazy rate of return if you do get lucky on one hit, and it makes up for every loss that you ever make. Right? It's kind of like being an entrepreneur. You gotta try a lot of things to figure out what you're good at. And one of them's going to hit if you pay attention long enough.
I agree. Another thing interesting that I was learning the other day was, there's also a method that I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, but you have a lot of new altcoins that come out that have lots of good backing, VC backing, and Google's and Sony's and all these other people. And there's a website, I can't think of the name of it, but if you know it, comment down below so everybody understands. There's a website that you can look at what altcoin is dropping, right? And you can be there the day that they buy it or that they put it onto the market, and or there's probably some other special ways like to buy it pre-sale. So
you're talking about. Let me clarify what he's talking about, folks. Because I'm reading you. We've been friends long enough.
Okay, fair enough.
He's talking about if you go to a Robinhood or a Coinbase and it's a meme coin and it doesn't have a large enough market cap and it's going to move into a platform like Coinbase, and they naturally just tend to make an exponential gain immediately because they hit those platforms. So you almost have to play two platforms at once because you can't. By the time it gets on Coinbase, it's already made those exponential gains. So you almost have to trade on another platform, which can be risky because those are high risk meme coins. But those are where you're going to get your crazy returns of 300, 400, 500,000x returns.
I mean, you say meme coins, but they have lots of new altcoins that drop probably every day.
All the time.
Right. So and there's different platforms that you can use, and some platforms are have a whole slew of coins. But then you have your Coinbases that are probably a little bit more segregated, and
you got to have
high market cap coins.
I'm just looking at here, and I haven't really looked at this in detail, like from a long term span. But I've been doing crypto for a few years now, and last month I made 150,000. Now it's changed. It's changing by the second, right? 150,000 is right here on my screen. But last year only made 187,000.
See it?
So that tells you of the 187,000 I made in an entire year, 150,000 of it came in 1 month.
Yeah, that's how big a swings it can
Well,
be.
that's just called a bearish market. Crypto in general was in a pretty bearish market. Nothing was going up and down too drastically. And now we have this new, and it goes in cycles, and they have all these fancy graphs. You don't need to learn all that shit, right?
That's what I like.
Just find one or two good cryptos that you believe in that you think is going to have a mass buy-in, and naturally the market cap's going to go up, right? And you what's the potential that $2 to $3 trillion is going to be wiped off the face of the earth?
One would think it's very, very minimal.
Yeah, and then you hear about a president of the United States and other countries getting into Bitcoin. You're like, okay, this is starting to get some traction. Let's get in on it beforehand.
Yeah.
Let's use some common sense. But at the end of the day, how I got into it, it was just having fun. I was at Vail, Colorado. My really good friend was up there, and he was like, you ever heard of this thing called crypto? And I was like, that's a scam. And I put $25,000 in it, and I made my money back in by the time I left that trip.
Yeah.
And I took it out, and it was a weird season. It was one of those altcoin seasons, and he was all in it, and he's way smarter than me. He's a doctor, and I'm not. I was in the porta potty business, and he was like, you need to buy this, buy that. And I did everything he told me. And next thing you know, I was sold. I was like, dang, I just made all my money back. I took my money out of it, and I played with house money since then. And I want to say it was like $25,000, made my money back. And now I'm almost at $400,000 as of right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I probably lost 20,000.
Yeah, but you took it out.
No, I put it in NFTs.
Well, there's
A little different.
but for my strategy is what I want to do is I want to just hold on to it and sell high and buy low, buy back in low. And the cool thing about what we were talking about the other day at duck hunting is like if you could figure out, nobody has a golden ball, but if you can figure out how to
Crystal, actually.
a crystal ball or a golden ball, but if you can figure out how to somewhat time the market and not to get too greedy, and the crypto in an alt season. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down by 5 or 10%.
You know what changes
We're going to figure out, hey, if any of y'all figured out how to use those damn robots that do the trading for you, please comment below.
Yep. Call him immediately.
We want somebody to teach us.
Yep. Call us immediately. Yep. We're trying to figure that out.
All the time, these people making like 10, 15% a day.
That's right, man. AI is amazing.
I don't know if
we've had a whole segment on AI.
But surely there's some robot out there that'll do it for you.
I mean, I hope so. And I hope somebody calls you and figures that out.
Please,
I will join that train.
I will pay money to learn how to do it.
I will join that train with you.
So, my son just gave me everything in his piggy bank, $2,053. He's like, I want to buy some crypto. And I bought XRP and XLM for him.
Now, hang on, back up. You got to think about the concept here, right? Where do you think all that came from?
Oh, me. So I'm open and honest with my kids. I said, you could lose it. He's like, yeah, but Dad, it's not making any money sitting in the piggy bank. I was like, okay.
There's the ticket.
I'm getting somewhere with this kid.
Yep, yeah, that's the ticket.
So
he's not making anything on it sitting in there.
He bought in at $1.43.
On which one?
XRP.
Oh, he made a lot of money.
He made $1. It's $500 worth.
He made $500.
And then I bought again for him the other day at $2.29. So he's still up on both of those.
Yeah, he's doing good.
And then I bought some XLM for him, and I seen him all the screenshots for him. So my son, give you perspective, is 12 years old. And my son bought in again twice. He bought in at 53 cents on XLM, which he's down a little bit on that, and 41 cents the second time. Yeah. So if you cost average it, I think he's made $300 or $500.
That's good.
Yeah. And I'm like,
on $300 or $500.
And he bought all that in, I think it was like December 1st. So what is today? Today is
12th. Isn't it?
The 12th. So in 12 days. And he would have made nothing sitting in his piggy bank.
Yep.
But here's the deal. Like anything we talk about on our podcast, you got to understand what you're doing. And if you don't understand what you're doing, you got to put yourself around a few good people that do. Right? And you can ride their shirt tails and make a lot of money. I have 3 or 4 guys on TikTok and YouTube I follow, and I trust them. Right? And I can literally show you the gains that you can make a stupid amount of money on Bitcoin. I mean, not just Bitcoin. I sold out all my Bitcoins. I don't even own 1 Bitcoin anymore.
Yeah, I know. We talked about that. Well, that was like a couple of days ago.
I think I'm going to do it.
I think I'm going to do it.
Bitcoin for a few years. I think I bought the one I sold out, I bought it at 16,000.
Yeah. It's a pretty big difference because you bought it or sold it out at what, 100?
I sold it out. It was like 97, 98,000. I know some of y'all are going to comment on low. It's going to get 13 million like Michael Saylor says it is. But you know what? 13 million over, 10, 15 years. Or I could, I believe the XRP and XLM are going to 5X their money in the next few months. So then I can go buy back in a Bitcoin when it goes back down, take my profits when it goes back down. And I think Bitcoin's your more stable coin. It's your most stable coin of all. And I think it's going to dip back down. I'm going to maybe go buy another Bitcoin for my own mental sake to say I own a Bitcoin, which I don't tell a lot of people I own a Bitcoin, but because I do think Bitcoin's going to continue to go up.
To the moon, as they say.
No, that's XRP to the moon. And then it goes it has never gone back where it used to be. It was like at $3 and some change. And now everybody gets excited because it went from 43 cents or 45 cents over the last couple of months. Now it's like at $2.50, $2.80, which is still like a really good multiplier of your money if you bought in low. I bought in XRP at 10 cents.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It went for $2.
Now it's at $2.50 something right now. But I made some profits off of it and took some profits. Yeah. And I like buying. Lately I've been like getting like really weird. I've been buying like a lot of coins I really don't understand, which is probably not very smart. I bought like this thing that's called Pepe.
Everybody knows about Pepe.
This guy would look like a creeper that was sitting in his basement, and he told me Pepe was going to be the next greatest thing, and he probably doesn't have $10.
And he convinced the shit out of you.
He probably doesn't have $10 to his name. And you know what's crazy?
You need to put him on my sales team. We got you.
What's crazy is this one guy I follow a lot, and he was like, man, I put everything I got in it. And I was thinking, like, you have these numbers in your head, what these guys are talking about. I was thinking like $4 or $5 million.
Yeah.
Based off his background and where he was doing this, whatever, TikTok, right? And he did a screenshot on his phone, and he showed me, it was like $880.
Oh, my.
I was like, what am I doing? I just deleted the podcast
Yeah,
or the TikTok. I don't even follow him anymore. I was like,
yeah. He fucked up, didn't he?
It's like $880.
If we were gambling with that,
I just listened to your advice and put $100,000 in it.
Yeah.
So, crypto is a fun thing. I think it's the future. I think it's going to be something that we're all going to have to use eventually. I think there's too many major countries buying into it. So, it's like anything else that makes you feel uncomfortable. You better learn it. It's like AI. You better learn it. And if you don't believe me, look, there's $10,000 loss in the last hour. Okay? And then you go up here and you have $150,000 gain in 1 month.
Hey, get off my crypto account, would you?
But you just have to ride the wave. I mean, at the end of the day, and there's this whole thing called staking that I'm learning. Basically, you give somebody your crypto and they give you an interest rate, a fixed rate return on your money.
Yeah, I know a little bit about it. Not too much, but
I was watching this one dork. This guy was sitting on his back porch. But he was
in his basement.
He wasn't in his basement. He was on his back porch. I followed him. But he's staking. He said that he's going to get it to $1 million and he's going to stake it. And I think he's going to get like a 13% annual rate of return on the staking
Cosmos,
fee.
isn't it?
I don't know. You can stake any crypto, or you can stake the major cryptos. But 13% on $1 million, $130,000
I know.
forever.
Yeah, pretty good. Better than the S&P 500, isn't it?
Shoot.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to the moon, folks. When we have this video in the next year or two, I hope this thing's worth.
He is done.
I hope this thing crypto. I hope my XLM goes up to about $3, and I hope XRP goes up to 10 to 12, and I hope some of these other meme coins I have and altcoins go through the roof. And I have about my goal is to have $5 to $10 million in this thing.
Yeah, I hope he does. I hope he gets that Cabo house he's been talking about.
I told Ashley, I was
I'm
like,
looking for a vacation home to just use. You know what I mean?
hey, tell us what coins you invest in. We want to know. There's all and why. You know, I'm starting to get into more of the functionality of all these altcoins, and besides the cool little faces like Pepe has, and what is it, Shiba Inu? I have another one called Dojo Cat or something bullshit.
I watched a whole long deal about Web3 and the whole development of everything, and it's pretty mind-boggling. You know, you need to understand where all this is coming from and what are the uses, the useful pieces of every one of these and what they're doing. So, and that's what I try to do. But again, I went for more of the long-term hold game to trying to figure out more of the short-term gains, right? And learning the bar graphs behind it, right? And understanding what they do and why they do it, right? Learning the high highs and the low lows and when you're supposed to invest and when you're not. So,
and there's all these little graphs that you can do. There's actually a graph book that shows you all the different things of what it's going to do, and you can like literally put it up to the screen and be like, okay, that looks like that.
but you know what I like better?
What?
The AI bot you were talking about.
It just does it for you.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something out there you can make a lot of money.
We're waiting for that email and then that phone call. So,
and help us set it up. We'll pay you.
come on, let's go.
What about you, Alex? You got any crypto?
Not a lot. Not anything I'm willing to share after seeing yours.
Hey, mine started off with just a joke at Vail, Colorado, sitting on the kitchen table and just putting a few $1,000s in it, and it's become something where it's like, damn,
Yeah.
I might have something here.
Yeah.
And it's it's one of those deals you got to stomach. Though I remember about 2 or 3 months ago, before I took some profits out of it, I lost like 90% of it, like 85% of it. Well, hey, back to the crypto deal. If you guys have any advice for us, we want to hear about it. I love it. I'm making some money right now. I'm not saying I'm going to keep it, and Eric has a different strategy, and we're best friends. So he has a different strategy than me, and I have a different strategy for him. And whatever works for you works for you.
That's right. Yep. I don't listen to him on everything he says. I promise you.
Yeah, 100%. And hey, I'll just show you my crypto account versus his.
Yeah. There's the big difference. A couple zeros there, difference.
All right. Well, Thank you for watching and stay tuned in. And if you don't mind, please hit that like and subscribe button.
Let's go.